Hi, Diana here with quiltcrafts.com, and today we're going to be doing the zippy strippy. And as you can see, they're really adorable, cute little totes. You can use them for your makeup, you can use them for your sewing tools, and they're just really simple to make. Probably it takes about 30 minutes to make one of these guys, and if you're going to do a whole bunch of them, it'll even go quicker than that once you get started. So let's go ahead and get started. To do the zippy strippy, you're going to need, of course, you're going to need some fabric. I got this really neat fabric that's got a bunch of different colors in it, so it's going to give it some real pop to the project we're doing today. And then you're going to need some batting. And so if you have leftover scrap batting's great. All we got to do is take the batting tape, lay it on top here, butt your two pieces up together, and then, just kind of hit it with the iron and iron it together. If you don't have scrap batting and you want to just use your other stuff, that's fine. So we have our zippers. I like the zipper on a roll just because of the fact that it's got all different colors they come in, and it's cheap. It's cheaper than buying just your regular zipper one at a time. And you can get 12 zippers out of these, and you can cut them to any length that you like. So that's why I like them a lot, not to mention they come in a lot of pretty colors. And then of course, if you've seen my other videos, I still like my 505, haven't changed my opinion about that. And if you're going to put any trim on your zippy tote, then going to use some cute ribbon. So let's go ahead and get started here. In the instructions for the zippy strippy, they give you all the cutting instructions to do the small, the medium, and the large little totes. So the size that I'm making today is the small ones that you saw at the beginning of the video. So I got my backing fabric, and I've got my batting, and I'm going to just lightly put a little spray on there. And I'm going to take my first piece of fabric that I've already got pre-cut, and the first one, we're going to stand it up, and it needs to be lined up. This is important. It needs to be lined up with the top of your batting. So the first one goes facing straight up, and the second one I'm going to lay, of course, it's going to be laying face down. And I'm going to take it over to my sewing machine here. I'm going to do my 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to pull this strip up a little higher, because I have noticed whenever I stitch them on there and then I fold it over, it always seems to be a little bit lower than the batting. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. And, oops, wait a minute, I got to turn my pendant lamp on. You've all seen my pendant lamp in my previous video, so let's go ahead and turn it on. Oh, look at the light there. That just improves it 100%. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stitch my 1/4 of an inch here. Let's go here. If you're lucky enough to have a machine that you just press that button, I love that thing. Cuts the thread immediately, and then I'm going to fold this over. I'm going to iron this down, and of course we're going to take my next strip. And I really like this fabric because it has a lot of different color combinations in it, so it's really going to give it an assorted look to it without having used more than one fabric. And again, we're going to go ahead and stitch it down 1/4 of an inch. Get to the end, cut that off. See how quick that's going to go? So let's say, and you need to do two sides. You're going to have, of course you have to have two sides to this. You got the back and the front to it. And here's my last piece. I'm going to just turn that over. Put this on here. Take it over again. Stitch it down. And that's it. You just sew 4 little pieces on the top here. And then the next piece that we're going to sew on is going to be my piece. It's going to go across the top, and I have this pretty purple because it's going to go with everything in here. And that, we're just going to lay this again right on top. And this one we're going to sew right across the top here. And this is going to be the top of our little zippy strippy tote. And these will make a great Christmas gifts. Just any type of a casual gift for your girlfriends. You're going to go on a sewing retreat and you got to bring something as a swapping gift. This is just really just a fun little thing. I really like these a lot. And again, so there we go. This is what it's going to look like. So you got to do 2 of them that look just like this. And so then after we get this part finished, then the next step that we want to go with is you're going to need to trim it up. So after we've trimmed it up, we want to go ahead and stay stitch all the way around both our pieces. And so I've stay stitched all the way around them. Now you want to remember though, whenever you go to trim these up, that you want to make sure that you have an even distance when you trim them up on these two pieces here. Because you see, you want these two seams to line up whenever you go to sew them together, so whenever you look at the zippy strippy. Now on my first zippy strippy that I made, on this one here, as you can see, I've got the nice, I've done this part here, but by accident, whenever I sewed them together, I sewed the two together with the one side in the wrong way. So whenever I actually turned it right side out, I ended up with a solid on the back, but I think it looks really cute. So you can go either way. You can have a solid on the back, and you can have pieced on the front. It can go either way that you like it. So let's go ahead and continue on here. So the next step, after you've trimmed these all up to the size that it tells you on the pattern, then we're going to need to get our zipper ready. So I've already pre-cut my zipper, and the next thing they tell you to do is, what are you going to do with the ends on your zipper? So what we're going to do with the ends on our zipper is, and they tell you this in the instructions, is you're going to have a 1-inch piece of fabric, and that 1-inch piece of fabric, or 1 1/4, you're going to fold it in half this way, fold it in half that way. I'm going to hit it here with the iron, and then we're just going to take this piece and we're going to fold it one more time over the end like that. So if you don't know how to finish off a zipper, this is a really neat way to do it. And of course, all these instructions are in the pattern, and it's just a simple pattern. And then I'm going to stitch across and then go back again one more time. And cut that off. And now I'm going to just trim this up. And so once you do that, you have 2 ends of your zipper that's going to look just like this. And so that's going to be the finished look on our zipper. So the next part of the zipper, what we want to do next is we want to take our zipper and attach it to our pieces here. So we're going to turn it upside down, right sides together, just like this. And I'm going to put it back in my machine here. And I'm going to go ahead and stitch my 1/4 inch. In the pattern, it does state that, you can use, a zipper foot or an applique foot. I'm just using my 1/4 inch foot, and I have found, it works just dandy. So let's go ahead and stitch this on. The zipper pull itself is going to get in your way just a little bit, so just move it around while you're sewing. And hold on there, I'm getting a little bit off base here. Now I'm going to pull my zipper back to get it out of the way there, so I can make sure I keep it right on the edge here. And we're just going to go ahead and finish sewing this down. Back stitch. Okay, so now after you've sewn your zipper on this side, what you want to do, and I have forgotten this quite a few times, is you want to do a top stitch on here. It just makes it look more attractive. So I'm going to bend this over, and I'm going to put a top stitch on it right now, because this is the only opportunity you're going to have to put that top stitch on there. And it's just going to give it a little bit more decorative look to it. So it's like 1/8 inch stitching we're going to do here. And just pull that out here. Right along the very edge. Again, my zipper is going to be in the way, so I'm going to move it that way. And let's go ahead and stitch it down. Now this would have been real pretty if I would have done it in an orange zipper. It would really give it some real nice pop to it. But white works just dandy if you just want to buy one color, goes with everything. Okay, so we have one side sewed on, and then of course you're going to do the same thing with this one. You're going to take this, you're going to lay it on top, stitch this end across the top, and then we're going to go back and we're going to, stitch it down just like that. And so once we have done those things, then the next step is going to be, where is it here? I'm covering it up. The next step is it's going to look like this. So here's my zipper on here. It's all ready to go. And I did choose to sew some rickrack on there, so you do want to sew your ribbon on here before you sew it together. So what I did with that, it was real simple. I just took my ribbon, pulled it out, Measured it on here, cut it, and then I just stitched right across the top. And you have your little extra edges there. Of course, they're just going to be hidden in the seams. So after we have it like this, here's the inside of this one. The thing that I'm going to do next is, hold on, let me move that out of the way. I'm going to fold this in half, and we are going to stitch it together here. And let's see here, let's go this way. Of course, all seam lines are about 1/4 of an inch. Oops, I'm going to do that. Let me pull these around here. Get it lined up. Keep my needle in there and put it back down. I'm going to go ahead and do a little back stitching right here. Push that button. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn it right side out here. And this has come out really cute. The colors are really pretty. Except an orange zipper would have been prettier though, would have really done that for it. So here it is. This one here, you can put a gusset bottom on it, and if a gusset bottom means that it's going to be looking like this one, or you can just leave it just the way I show it here. There's another pattern called the cash and carry where they leave it just like this, and it's a little smaller for like to put a little change purse. And this is a zippy strippy. Now one little extra added touch that we can do here is, of course, you know, you want to do something like a zipper pull, so in the instructions it shows you how to make a little zipper pull, which is just made out of just some fabric. And I'm going to try to pull this through there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this fabric that I have here and take it over to the sewing machine. And I'm going to stitch down on the top of this right across the top. Like that. Just cut it. And then I'm going to go down here and I'm going to stitch at the bottom down here to keep it together. And so this is a fabric zipper pull that you can do. And I'm going to take my scissors and trim this up. Cut off my loose threads. And there we have it. Zippy strippy, isn't that cute? Makes a great little makeup bag, a sewing tote, and a great gift item for all your friends, baby showers, whatever it is you want to do with it. So like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and the links are located below in the description, and I will see you next time.